All right, people, what the hell is going on? It is time to make another video. Woo! Get hype! Get hype over there! No, it ain't that type of video. And I'm not the get hype person, because that took a lot out of me. That took a good 15 minutes off the video right there. Oh my goodness, I gotta re-moisturize. And I think I scared my cat. Anyway, today's video, I just woke up, is about lifestyle. The whole LS thing that's, I ain't gonna say it's popping up all of a sudden, but as far as my moving around, I might as well take my vitamins and stuff while I'm doing this. While I'm moving around on Facebook, you get these groups suggested to you and all kind of stuff like that. Excuse me, goodness gracious. And it's poly this, lifestyle this, it's pineapples and fucking unicorn emojis all over the place. I'm like, what the hell? So I end up in a few groups on Facebook that's kind of centered around lifestyle and poly whatever the fuck. And it's not even something I'm new to. I have some experience with all of that. Not really my thing. And I join the groups because at least it's some socializing in the groups. You know, the only thing that goes on my Facebook wall is, you know, links to my YouTube videos and stuff like that. Even in the groups, I don't really post in the groups unless I reply to a post, you know what I'm saying? But in the initial introduction, that's it. I don't put nothing else in those groups. Other than nothing that ain't already on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I went out, I go out on the weekend sometime to the movies and to the gym, because that's all I do. I might take a selfie or something like that, and I might post that in there, like a regular post. You know, not everybody posts freaky deaky shit all over the place in those groups. So, and that'll be about it. That shit don't get no attention at all. But let a woman just say anything. Let a woman just post anything. It'll get all kind of traction. And that goes to a question somebody asked in one of those groups. Something along the lines of what would kind of make you not want to go to the next event or something like that, blah, blah, blah. And I put in there that I said, man, I'm a single male, and I have to give myself that David Ruffin, ain't nobody coming to see you Otis speech every time I think about going to something like that. And one of the guys in the group replied to that message talking about that's false. And he said something else, which I was kind of threw my hands up like whatever. But I'm like, I replied to it. I was like, no, it's true. It might be false for some, but it's true for me. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Because you in those groups, it's a lot of couples in those groups. It's kind of the whole point. But at least for some of them, it's the whole point. And it's couples, married or otherwise, and they looking for shit, you know, outside, you know, entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't know the dynamics of everybody's relationship in those groups. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that on there. It's almost with anything. Single man is not at the top of the fucking shopping list. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going there for no single man. Ain't no men in there going in there for no single man. If so, you in the, well, you might be in the right group, but you know, your likelihood would be just to go where they do that at. You know what I'm saying? And it's generally that's the thing where women kind of, you know, it's I say it's geared towards them or whatever. Like most shit is. You know, I was scroll down the comments. I scroll down the comments, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I done validated myself. You know what I'm saying? I done go down there and I done seen enough comments from both men and women to where I'm like, okay, I done validated myself. As a single male, it's whatever. Unless it's one of them things where you going, and that was another thing that was mentioned, is the comfort level with the people in there. It's just like we go, you know, you go to this party, right? You go to this event they have, and of course it's always new people and shit like that. And you go to this event, and there was no primer to that event. It's just, okay, you just there. And it's people, they're around doing whatever it is they do. I can't assume that all the events are like the ones that I went to, because the ones I went to like years ago, and that's the only thing I got to draw on. You know what I'm saying? You know, you call it swing parties or orgy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, that's all I got to draw from. Meet and greet event, you know, for people to get to know each other. I can kind of figure that being like part of any other Facebook group I was in. And the active event that I've been to, which, you know, it was all brand new to me because somebody brought me in. Excuse me. You know, it wasn't some shit I just showed up to. Once that particular person, they end up moving. So they moved to another city. So, you know, that activity was down because it was like, okay, I still, you know, on my social media, I still see certain things and stuff like that. You know, do I want to do that? And it was like, there was one, they be having them things that they have different clubs and venues and all kind of shit like that. And as a single male, some of them you can't even get in. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming there with something on your shoulder, you know, on your arm, you ain't even getting in. And if you can, you paying 2 or 3 times as much as anybody else to get in there. And if you just up in there, just random, anybody really fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you walking in there looking like you just stepped off a Hollywood set or some shit. But like I say, I was validated. I was like, okay, I see. Yeah, I'll go to a meet and greet. Like if somebody say, yeah, we're gonna meet and greet over such and such and blah blah blah, and some shit like that, and I'll be like, okay, but they, like this, one of these, because I got three of those groups that I'm in. I've been in a bunch of them, and I'm just talking about within the last month, and I done been in and out of them, and that kind of validates my shit with that too, because I done got kicked out of a bunch of those groups, and I haven't done anything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, if you do Facebook groups, you know the routine. So if it's a group that you can just hit join group and you in the group, it's not something you want to be into. It's either a bunch of spam or inactive group. If you can just join it by tapping the button, it's probably crap. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably scroll up the timeline one time and then scroll back up and hit, you know, and leave the group, because it ain't shit going. It's obvious. You can just look at the post and be like, okay, it's man, and every female post that you see in there, especially if it's a picture, look like it's something somebody done ripped out a magazine. It's like, okay, this group ain't about shit. So I did a bunch of those. And then you got the groups where you gotta hit the button, and then sometimes it'll just say request, and then but sometimes the list, it's a couple of questions they might ask you. It's probably about 2-3 questions maybe, just to kind of figure out if you're a real person and not some bot or something. And then you got, you accept the rules. Sometimes it's afterwards, sometimes it's before. It's just however that works. So you go through that, and then you like, okay, you get in the group, you do the introduction, you post a couple of pictures, I'm new or whatever the fuck, and then next thing you know, you go to the little thing with the little group tab on Facebook, and the little logo for the group. You might not see it; it might be gone, or you might see it and you click on it, and it be like join group, and you was just in there. You'd have made a post and everything. It's just like, I mean, y'all accept motherfuckers and then kicking them right the fuck out unless it's some shit with Facebook. One of them did that. It was just a regular singles group that did that shit. They're like too many men or something. I bet you there ain't no women getting kicked out of these goddamn groups. I was like, whatever. There's a shit ton of them groups on there. Most of them is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you say, if you get into those groups and they ask you a bunch of questions, you want to see how active the group is and all this other stuff. But, that's just kind of normal. Well, a lot of people be in those groups, especially when you end up in one of those groups and you just kind of scrolling for a while just to see, and you see dudes in that, where the real women at? Where the blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, if you hadn't figured out that this group was trash or abandoned, because it was one of those groups, it was some motherfucker kept posting some shit about Cash App up and down and shit. Matter of fact, it was a couple of groups. Had some Cash App spam going up and down the whole thing. And I'm like, it ain't, I mean, it means moderators, and it just ain't nothing going on in here, to keep this type of shit from going on. Yeah, get up out of that shit. Yeah, but as far as this LS shit, I'm not looking to get into going to no actual event. I might, like I said, I'll go to the meet and greets and shit like that, because it's just for the social aspect of it. Because one post I saw and I commented on today, and somebody was, I don't be remembering exactly what the fuck, but somebody say, yeah, with the LS, the lifestyle, whatever the fuck is, I mean, it's one word. It's not LS. It's just L. You know what I'm saying? It's just L. LS is lifestyle. Lifestyle is one word. It's a compound word. I remember that from elementary school, goddamn. But anyway, he said that, the lifestyle is just an umbrella term, and there's a lot of subcultures or something underneath that. And he listed out a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to be subcultures of lifestyle. And I'm like, that's not a subculture lifestyle. You just listed a bunch of fetishes. You know what I'm saying? You just listed a bunch of fetishes. It's not lifestyle. That's just sexual stuff that people do. It's not. I mean, you'd have to go really sub to get down to that. I'm like, this look familiar. This look like the like if you go on Pornhub or something like that, and you start looking up categories of videos and shit like that. That's what it looked like. I'll say no, because you got. I mean, if you want to go into there's a bunch of other stuff. You got lifestyle, and then you want to go into subcultures of that. Then you have the stuff. You got lifestyle, which is like the big umbrella, but then you have to go into polyamorous, It's a bunch of poly stuff. CNM, which is consensual non-monogamy, and stuff like that. Those would be underneath the umbrella of umbrella of lifestyle, not a bunch of sexual activities. The subculture itself will be the different types of that culture. You know what I'm saying? Whether, they got something specific for married people that only participate together, or married people or couples that operate away from each other, which I guess would be the consensual non-monogamy, where they together, the little swinger thing. It's stuff like that. That would be, don't just list a whole bunch of sexual shit down there. And I'm like, no, that's what people are going to your events to do. That's not because motherfuckers do that shit. A lot of that shit is look like my sex drawer in my room. It ain't nothing but me. So, and that definitely, it's just me, and that is definitely not under the goddamn umbrella of lifestyle. I might make a comment like that when I see stuff like that, but I don't really elaborate it. I might just say something quick about it and leave it alone, because I'm a contrarian at times, and I won't say I'm argumentative, but I have a habit of pointing out shit that just ain't exactly right. Even with my own stuff that I notice, I'm like, that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that wasn't exactly accurate. Just like when I saw that, I'm like, oh man. But I get what a lot of times what they are talking about and shit like that, to where, like what the women was talking about in the group, when that dude was talking about, what would make you not want to go to a party or be hesitant to go to a party or something like that. A lot of women just like, it mostly has something to do with the dudes. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I've been to some parties. I've been somewhat active at parties where motherfucker done encroached on some shit I'm already doing. You know what I'm saying? Not to get too goddamn graphic, but to have somebody come in here. I had a perfectly good double blowjob interrupted by some motherfucker that just walked in the motherfucking room, and I'm like, okay, good shit. I mean, I was doing fine. You know what I'm saying? I was doing fine. This motherfucker, he'll walk up in the goddamn room. I had shit. You got two motherfuckers working on me. I'm like, okay, shit. Yeah, one motherfucker in there. I got one motherfucker working on me. Nah, ain't none. One chick then got up and walked the fuck off, and he fucking the other one. And I'm just like, oh shit. That was it. Oh, big ass house full of motherfuckers. I ain't do shit the rest of the night. Kind of, and that's not really my thing. Like I don't know if I mentioned, I don't know how many times I done mentioned stuff like this on my thing, but I don't do well with men around. I don't like men nowhere around if I'm trying to have any kind of sexual activity. That's just me. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go to a meet and greet or something like that, it would probably be to see who's active, because all these people is doing plenty of fucking and sucking and all kind of other shit in between these events. They not waiting for these events. They are fully active in between these events. I need to get into some of this in between event activity going on here, because I'm a one-on-one solo type person. And if it is more than one-on-one, it's only one motherfucker in there, and that's me. I'm sorry. That's how I roll. You know, whether you consider that to be under the umbrella of lifestyle or whatever the fuck, it is what it is. But I ain't trying to be, there's only gonna be one swinging dick around, and that's mine. Swing a little bit. Yeah, well, it's a jiggle. But, it's gonna be my jiggle. It's gonna be the only one in there, goddammit. Only other thing gonna be in there jiggling is some goddamn titties, if you know what I mean. But what else about this shit though? Oh, as far as now, like I say, I hadn't been, man, it's been a good long while since I done been to an active event, and I don't even know, I don't even know how how all that would work. I don't even know how all that would work. That's why I'm like, it's a lot of stuff be going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of Purell and condoms and wet wipes, and it's when you think about it, it's just you know what I'm saying? It's like You know what I'm saying? You go to somebody and be like, well, what the hell? What was you doing the last 15 minutes? You know what I'm saying? what have you been doing? Yeah, me putting my hands or sticking my hands on some shit or in some shit, and it might be some residue or something like that. You just don't fucking know. It's just like the way I operate. If there's some shit going on in there, I know what shit it is because it ain't nobody else in there than me. It ain't no motherfucker that just got done doing whatever on the other side of the house and ended up over here to do some more shit. I'm gonna have you gone through the proper sanitary protocols before you re-enter motherfucker. You're supposed to take a shower before you re-enter the motherfucking pool. Don't you just jump your dirty ass up in there. Have the water changing colors and shit. So it's a bunch of that. But like I say, that's some of the stuff I think about. Excuse me, man. When I think about that lifestyle stuff, and it's not bad. I don't think I'm talking about it or down it or nothing like that. It's just the fact that from what I remember, there's a bunch of folks in there having fun, and there wasn't no drama or nothing like that. And the ones I went to were like, I think it was all black folks. You know what I'm saying? The ones that I went to. One of them was at some little hole in the wall looking ass club in Third Ward somewhere. I couldn't tell you where. I just know it was generally in that area. In Third Ward somewhere. That was years ago. The second one was like way out. And that one I just remember a bunch of motherfuckers. We was all in a room. And she opened the door for us to go in the room, and it was right there at the goddamn door. It was like you walk in the door, and it's like a wall right here, and then it's rest of the room on this side. But it was a bed like right here. It was a bitch bent over a bed, and a nigga up against the wall. He was fucking that bitch from across the goddamn. I'm like, goddamn nigga, shit, how long is your dick? So that's a bad place. You want to be fucking right at the goddamn doorway, shit. But we got up in there. And I tried to be a little bit active. All I did was ate some pussy. That was it. And that was the chick that I came in there with. And that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm down there doing whatever because, I guess she was going to be drinking and whatnot. She wanted me to make sure that I didn't let nobody, fuck her. But I'm sitting down there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Next thing you know, it's a nigga head right here. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm down there. Doing my do. I done built up the nerve to just be down here doing, because it's my first time being in there. I done built up the nerve to get down there and do some shit, even though it basically is be. And some other nigga head down here got me looking like a two-head monster. This motherfucker head is right here. I'm like, dude, get the fuck back, dude. This is a solo show, bro. You gotta get the fuck up out of here. I don't know there ain't nobody fucking with this shit right here unless she get up or go somewhere and, whatever, that's on her. I've been instructed to keep other Negroes away. So, get. But the fact, I'm like, I don't want you this close to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't. As a man, your face should not be close enough for our faces to touch. No. Crotches aren't that goddamn big. My head is already in here. Don't be trying to stick your head in here too, motherfucker. Get the fuck out. And there was a bunch of shit going on in there that I don't know. I don't remember. Like I said, it was a long ass time ago. But I just know it was a bunch of people in that room, and they was all doing shit. And then we ended up out of there. And, the next one I remember was Manville. I'm thinking it was Arcola. It's either Arcola or Manville. It was somewhere way out fucking 288 somewhere. Some big ass fucking mansion house out there in the middle of fucking nowhere. And that was a big, you know, that must have been a that must have been some. Obviously, it was organized, but I'm like, it had been like one of these type of groups, maybe not on Facebook, but you know, a big giant group. So somebody have a big ass mansion, like literal mansion, and they had that motherfucker full of people out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So we ended up out there, and that was one that wasn't all that great because it was one of them things where, you know, we went up in there together. If you want to go in there and do your own thing, say that, but don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, once we get in there, don't, you know, say we just gonna stick together because, you know, I'm new to this shit. Once we get up in here, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But, you know, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? At that time, it's just like all this shit was just brand fucking new. I ain't know what the fuck to do. I'm not the progressive, that's not even the right word, but I'm not that kind of dude that will go up in there and be trying to get into shit. It just, no. But that was the one where the chick that I went with split away from me. Which, I mean, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do, but don't ditch me. You know what I'm saying? Don't ditch me. You know, if you be like, yeah, I'm finna go, you know, look around and go, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But don't, you know, basically just slide off like you ain't finna go do some shit after, you know, we done kind of stated that, you know, we stand together once we get up in there. First thing you do is shoot off to a fucking side. And I'm, you know, this big ass mansion and shit. I don't know nobody in there. You know what I'm saying? You got a house full of hundreds of people. I don't know nobody in this motherfucker. And then I start looking. I'm trying to find her and shit. You know, after I done walked around or whatever, because there's only so many places you can walk around up in that big ass house. You know, all you can do is go walk around and watch people doing shit. And I got to this one side of the house, and one of her friends, you know, kind of recognized that I was with her. And I was like, you seen such and such? And she was like, yeah, maybe. She walked me around that whole house. She walked me around that whole house and tried to find her. We didn't find her. So what I did, I walked right back over there where we started at. And I walked in that room. She was trying to keep me away from there. And I walked in that room, and all I seen was her with her legs in the air like this motherfucker, and some dude in there was like, it ain't like my feelings hurt that she was in there getting dug out like that. I didn't want to have to see old dude ass cheeks like that, but it's the fact that, okay, you said that we was gonna be together. That sounded weird, but you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to do that, you could have just said it. Don't just ditch me off in here while I'm wandering around this big ass house by myself, because you know I ain't finna do shit, because I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was one of them experiences that, you know, whatever. I just kind of throw that up. Just walking around the house was enough, because it was one of them things to where, at least in that big environment, you know, they had, because the house was kind of made for it. It was like a bedroom. You know, there's a bunch of bedrooms in there. It's like, say, it's a big ass mansion with a big view window on the outside the wall. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell? I mean, it's a big bedroom with a big ass king size bed in it. And where it would just usually be just like a regular wall, it was a big window right there. Who the hell have a big ass window on the inside of, you know, okay, goddamn. But the thing I noticed about that party was, all the sexy women were fully dressed, walking around, just having a good old ass time, just blah, blah, blah. And if you walked into a room and saw some people fucking and doing all kind of weird shit, it was with a fat chick. I'm not fat shaming. I'm just telling you what I saw. Even that room with the big view window, you look in that window, it was by two dudes and one big ass chick. You know, and I'm looking around, I see all these fine ass women, but they all walking around just looking and shit and stuff like that. I'm just like, fuck is up with that? You know, I'm like, man, what the fuck is up with that? You just get the big ass house And all the fine chicks is the chicks, you know, if you're gonna be in there being a looky-loo, all the people that you want to see fucking is watching. And all the people that you don't want to see is actually doing the fucking and sucking. And I'm like, I think we ended up in one room. So many goddamn rooms in there. We ended up in one room. It was about 10 people up in that motherfucker. And it's just man ass and shit everywhere. And I'm just like, man, I am not for to get aroused with dick and balls and man ass everywhere. I'm sorry. Now it was some I think it was a couple of sexy chicks up in there, but they were coupled up. So it's yeah, I guess they just wanted to have sex somewhere outside their house, cause you know motherfuckers wasn't sharing. But at least I wasn't trying to share. But that's usually how, you know, as far as I know, you know what I'm saying, my limited experience is like, it's just when I get in these groups, I'm looking in these groups and stuff like this, and I kind of imagine what I would see where. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's a nice looking ass chick. That's a nice looking ass chick. That's a nice looking ass chick. Now, dudes, I'm like, whatever. Motherfucker, you see them motherfuckers all over the goddamn place. More than likely, it'll be too goddamn many. But the dudes, I mean, the women, I'm like, okay, she fine as hell. Okay, she fine as hell. Okay, all right, just first one. Yeah. Cat, move. Whatever, man. But how many, and you know, when they come to party time, how many of those gonna be active? You know what I'm saying? Or they just gonna be in there active, you know, with the, you know, it's gonna be a bunch of woman on woman shit, and a bunch of dudes sitting around wishing they was getting busy with the sexy chicks. The sexy chicks going there to see each other. They ain't going in there to see, you know, us. Unless they, unless one of us just happen to be attached to one of those women that's in there, some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. And you know, some of the women might go in there so they can play with some other guys or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know. That shit goes both ways. I don't know, cat. You're starting to act weird. I'm about to lock you in the house. I think the cat is starting to go in the heat. I don't know. But you about to get locked in. Move out the way. Move. Meow my ass. Now that's what you get. You almost fell. She almost fell. I don't know why that's funny to me when a cat be running, they slip like, oh shit. Anyway, we got that one, the big mansion. And then the last one I went to was up north. Up one of them neighborhoods north of 1960. Like that Walmart that's on 1960, like, it's like in between 45 and whatever the next highway is. It's like in between all of that. It's a Walmart over there, and it's a neighborhood off up in there, you know, right, you know, just north of 1960. Definitely don't spend much time up there. And there was some folks up in there had a party. We went to that. That's why I had the little double BJ. Before that was rudely interrupted, and I think a married couple was hosting that. And I don't know, it was a bunch of people. You know what, cat? Get the fuck down. You're just gonna keep walking. Animals, man. It's just sometimes they just piss you off. You're like, what the fuck? But yeah, they had that house was more organized, but that it wasn't as big as the mansion. It wasn't ghetto like the first one I went to, but it was one of those things that where that's one of those parties you go to where everybody in there knows each other. I'm pretty sure out of everybody that was in that house, I was the only person that didn't know anybody there other than that one person that I went there with, and I couldn't, what I'm saying, I didn't spend a lot of time walking around the house. Stop! Move! Come here. What the fuck is wrong with you? You trying to get locked on the other side of the house? Huh? Huh? Ah! Don't bite me! Stop! Gotta shake the cat to make it act right. Stop biting me! Yeah. Get down. Anyway, I remember moving around that house a little bit, but not a whole lot. I just know it was I just know it was hosted by a husband and wife because I was there at the beginning, and I don't know what the wife was doing, but I know she gave the husband, free reign to do whatever he wanted. I don't know why this had to be an announcement, but whatever. But watching this nigga walk around the house, butt ass dick with his dick swinging all over the place, I'm just like. And that's what I remember. Other than my ruined blowjob, all thing I remember is this nigga walking around the house, butt ass nigga with his dick doing this shit all over the goddamn place. I don't remember doing it. I don't think his wife did shit. I think his wife had on like a sexy outfit or some shit, but I don't think she took that motherfucker off. At least not during the party. Maybe later on she probably did, but not during the party. And she was a nice looking woman, but she wasn't. Apparently she wasn't fucking around. And hell, and the two chicks I was getting my blowjob to was two fat chicks. So whatever. I ain't complaining. The chick I went with was a fat chick. Whatever. But that just goes to show. I'm just like, you look trying to see who doing what. All the doing ain't coming from the sexy women here. All the doing ain't coming from the sexy women. I'm just like, shit. Can't even watch it. But there was one of those parties where it was obvious that everybody knew each other. That's probably the experience that everybody is looking for when they go to one of those events, an active event like that. Everybody got their condoms and Purell and all kind of shit. Condoms and Purell. Your water bill should be high as fuck. Motherfuckers should be fighting for hot water at that point. Motherfuckers was in and out the goddamn bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It was that. You go in the bathroom, there's always somebody in there. It's just your whole ass need to be in that shower. That's what that's what need to be going on. I wonder if you have one of those things and somebody go up in there and be like, oh man, and have to take like a major dump in one of the bathrooms to just ruin the whole goddamn party. Just like, oh man, that would probably be me. You go into something like that. Don't be chowing down like it ain't no tomorrow. You getting there like, oh. But that's my experience on the shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad experience. It was just a new experience. And like I said, I got a lot of theoretical knowledge on it. But as far as active, not really. I just know that as a single dude, it's not ideal. You know what I'm saying? It's not ideal. Even if I was to go to one of the meet and greets or something like that, I'm not sure how that would go. If they just happen to have one that's supposed to be not too close from my house, but I don't even remember what group it was from, and it's one of them meet and greets to where I probably could show up for that and not nobody know that I was there for it. And plus it's at a little concert cafe thing that's like 2 or 3 miles from my house. Like, if I really had to, I could walk there. I wouldn't be happy when I got there, but I could walk. I could walk there. It's not far from here at all. But it's probably like a $5 or $6 Uber ride, if that. So they had that event, and I was like, I might be able to go to that, but that ain't till, when did I see that? It might be at the end of this month, like on the 24th or some shit like that. That's some shit I can just crash and won't nobody know. You can sit there and just kind of scope the place out to see who the fuck shows up. But I don't think that I'd have to look and see. I think I added that because if you look up events and stuff like that, it's not particularly a swinger event. It's a concert cafe that was meeting at, and it's a concert going on that night. They got some cover bands going on that night that at least one of them I'm familiar with. So I'm like, okay, 2 miles from the house, my blind ass get to go out and listen to a concert. Because even if I go to some shit like that, especially in a venue like that, once I get in there, I ain't gonna be able to see shit. I really won't. So, that's like a public event. You know what I'm saying? That they kind of using that as a gathering spot. And I can kind of, you can just kind of sit and, who the fuck is over there? And you get a whole bunch of dudes or some weird looking ass people showing up, and you can be like, nope, I'm out of there. But I don't even know if I'm in that group or not anymore. I really don't, because when all the groups that I'm in now seem like they black centric. That group, at least that part, the folks I seen in that was, more racially diverse. But I don't keep up. I just look at the posts. I don't really look at where the posts be coming from half the time. I don't really be paying attention to that. And like I said, I done been in and out a bunch of those groups to where I kind of lose track. I'm like, I thought I was in that group. No, hell no, motherfucker. You was in that bitch for about a day. On Facebook, I'm still getting welcome tos and shit a week later. I'm getting welcome to the welcome notifications for groups that I've been out of for a week. I'm like, how this shit work? I've been out of that group since last week, and now I'm getting welcome to such and such group, blah blah blah. And then you hit that little tab and then go to the group, and it's the brand new screen, like you gotta still join the group and shit. I'm just like, fuck out of here. But like I said, I'm into those. Well, I ain't gonna really say I'm into it. I'm in those groups for the social aspect of it. I was basically get in there and be like, okay, you can hop in there. Usually those type of groups, you can hop in there, steal some memes. You know what I'm saying? That I can steal some memes that I can send to people, some funny shit or something like that. And it's not a lot of that going on. It's not. The one group that did have that going on, I got kicked out of for no reason at all. I'm like, shit. And the group I have now, it's just like, I see one every once in a while, but I'm like, that's not even funny. I do. I'd be like, that wasn't even funny, man. Get the fuck out of here. So, you got that. What else? I can't think of anything else, man. It just, like I say, these days, I be kind of looking for a reason to get out the house. And you join these groups and shit. Like, it ain't just the LS, the lifestyle groups. I'm in a singles group too. So, it ain't just, I'm in these swinger groups or whatever you want to call them and blah, blah, blah. No, it just, when I look at shit, when you on Facebook and it be like suggesting groups, I'll pick a group that's local. It might be a swinger group. It might be a singles group or something like that. But it's local. You know what I'm saying? Houston, this, something, like that. It ain't used to me joining a group of motherfuckers that's way in fucking Pittsburgh or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't do me no goddamn good at all. Sexy singles, blah, blah, blah. And everybody from all across the goddamn country. I'm looking for such and such over here, and I'm looking for such and such over there. I'm like, well, shit. This don't do me no goddamn good, because ain't none of these people, because you can look through there. You can look through the members or whatnot, and it'll show you the members that are near you. But it's a bunch of fucking dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of fucking dudes. It's just like, you gonna go through that group just for that 2 or 3 women that might be in your neck of the woods or whatever? Just nah. At that point, just fire up fucking Plenty of Fish or fucking the dating apps and do that shit. Which I still got to do. I think I still got some swipes I need to run through for the day. So got some swiping stuff I need to do. But I'm kind of you know, it ain't really nothing that I can get into. Like I say, they got an event. One of those groups, I keep forgetting which one, got an event on the 17th. And I think that's an active event. I'm not gonna crash that shit because I ain't gonna be doing it. I could, but I probably won't. You know what I'm saying? I could, but I probably won't because I don't know the venue or the event or none of that shit because you know, it's wasting my time. To tell you the truth, I'd rather wait for them to have a meet and greet at some general location where you can. It's easy if y'all just, you know, blah 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 and just talk whatever the fuck. Which, like I said, the way my conversation works, these videos will lead you to believe that I'm just a blabbermouth. You know what I'm saying? And that is not the fucking case. You know what I'm saying? That is not the fucking case. At least not in those situations. I'm an observer when it comes to being in those kind of situations. So if you put me in a social situation, I am an observer. This is the time for me to blurt out shit. You know what I'm saying? Social situations, out in public or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, with other people, that's time I sit and listen. I want to see what other people say. I want to hear dumb shit come out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Give people, I just like, okay, what the fuck they feel to say? Let me let them motherfuckers talk. Let me see what they talking about, see what they do. I'm just gonna sit here and listen. Motherfuckers might think I'm a creep. They might think I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you make that's generally how I will make some make any kind of connections. It's just it ain't no different from back in the day on Facebook where, you know, I was doing in some Facebook groups and whatnot, and you just go to the event. You know what I'm saying? You just go to the event. You don't go there and just, you just go there and you know, I'm a wallflower. I go there and be a fucking wallflower. I'll be sitting there just like that fucking plant sitting back there, that fake ass plant. You just sit back there. Like, okay. Somebody come and say something to you. I'm not a fucking retard. I know how to talk to people, you know, blah, 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 blah. As long as ain't no fucking dude come over there chatting me up, because I never trust that. And I never trust when a dude come and chat me up. I'm like, why are you talking to me? I ain't on no gay stuff. I don't want to watch you do hetero stuff either. So I ain't on none of that. I ain't on no gay shit, and I ain't on no watching you do hetero shit. I ain't on no watching you do nothing. Because whatever I'm trying to get into will not include you. It might include your woman, but it will not include you. Your woman decides she want to do some shit. That's, you know, whatever. But, you know, you need to be on the other side of town while that shit is going on. And you probably don't need to know what the fuck is going on. That's between me and her. She want to spit out the details later on, that's on her. That type of shit. Yeah. Oh, man. But I'm, you know, at this point, it's all about opportunity to where I'm like, okay, is an opportunity for a meet and greet gonna pop up that's within my limited travel radius. You know what I'm saying? Stop. My limited travel radius, which is very short. To you know, because I'm not for to go cross town. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hop in the Uber and take my ass over here, there, and everywhere else. And I'm, you know, my vision is horrible. So a lot of this stuff is gonna be happening at night, and I'm just like, you know, at night. And then once I get indoors, I mean, there ain't shit I can do. You know what I'm saying? And that is the goddamn truth. But I deal with that when I get to it, like I was when I was at the concert a couple of weeks ago. I got out there and the sun started going down. When the sun went down, it was just like, oh shit. And that was outside at a venue that actually had lights out there. It was still too goddamn dark. So And you just imagine you go into like a club or some shit. I remember last time I went like when I was in Las Vegas. And then you go inside one of the casinos. Oh man. It's night and day my ass. It's just nighter shit. Once I go inside the casino, it's dark. It's just, they got a bunch of lights in there. Those lights for decoration. There ain't a bunch of lights in there that's designed to illuminate the whole goddamn place. Probably look like shit if it did. There's a lot of places, if you just put too much light in, you're like, ugh. But yeah, Vegas is like that. It's outside is a lot better than being inside, even though you would think, you know what I'm saying, that it would be lit up in there. No, not for me. Not the way my eyes work. It's dark as fucking. There's a bunch of places I done walked into, got about 2 feet inside the front door, and I turned around and was like, nope. Got right the fuck up out of there. You know, I ain't gonna even bother with this. And it'd be like that, especially when they had a little get-togethers at these restaurants or clubs or whatnot. A bunch of, I ain't gonna be able to see shit. It'll be just the opportunity for me to just get out the house. But I say it got to be within my range. I'm not gonna go out of my way for nothing like that. Unless you just happen to run across something, but that's like after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even counting on that, because like I said, all those folks in that, they ain't coming to see me. You know what I'm saying? These so-called unicorns or whatever the fuck, these single women, yeah, they in there trying to go get them some coochie or try to get them some coochie and ding ding. You know, that's what they getting there. They ain't trying to just, run across motherfuckers. They run across motherfuckers like me all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they do this shit to motherfuckers like me all goddamn day long. You know, at this point, it's just something to do. That's if I decide to hit up an event that they might have, a get to know you event, or even a fucking active event if it's close enough. I mean, you can go. That don't mean I gotta actually do shit. I can just kind of show the fuck up, depending on who it is. But like I say, the thing a lot of the women were talking about is the comfort level and stuff like that, because like there's a bunch of randos in there. You know, it's just a bunch of dudes that just, there we go. Let me see if I can see what I can. I can see where that can be. I can see where that can be a little bit disturbing. You get a whole bunch of dudes in there, and I've had dudes ruin dudes ruin what? 2 out of the 3 parties that I've been to. So yeah, I am at least ruined it for me. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. I had dudes ruined 2 out of the 3 parties I done been through, and the chick I went ruined the other one. So yeah, so yeah, there's always that. Turn my goddamn porch light on. There we go. Yeah, so it is what it is, and it's like I say, it's not a bad thing, and that's what's showing up. Like, I get these suggestions and stuff, group suggestions from stuff from people, and from Facebook when I'm on there, and it's all poly this and LS that is, like I say, it's pineapples and unicorns and shit every goddamn where. And I don't know what else to look up. Tell you the truth, you look up single shit. Most of the dating apps, most of the dating groups I've seen on there, all been dookie. You know what I'm saying? They have all been dookie as hell. It's just like, that is horrible. So that'll be it for that. I don't really have nothing else to talk about as far as that. Like I said, while I do have some experience with it, it's limited, and it's way back in the past. Cat, what are you doing here? As I close that window, both of y'all get the fuck out. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. These goddamn cats gonna run me crazy.